The Mysteries of Life, Energy of Sound Waves. Xiefeng. November 28, 2021. Sound waves have frequencies, and different frequencies carry different energies. Different energies have different effects on the world and on life. Any kind of sound will have an impact on the world and life, either a beneficial or harmful impact. When two people quarrel, the sound will have a harmful influence on other people. If two people talk sweetly, the sound will have a beneficial influence on other people. Every sound has its own wavelength and bandwidth like those of sound waves. Different sound waves have different values and functions. Sound waves can be a panacea for healing or a powerful weapon for killing. Avalokiteshvara heart mantra Om Mani Padme Hum has magical sound waves, has the function and magical effect of enhancing truth, goodness and beauty and suppressing falsehoods, evil and ugliness. Regular chanting is beneficial to the sublimation of life. When reciting Ba, if the A is pronounced as A, it will cause endless harm, but if it is pronounced as A, one will benefit infinitely. What is the reason? Because the sound waves of A and A are different, and since the sound waves are different, their energy is different, their properties are different, their functions are different, and their effects are different. Every time I hear someone pronounce Ba as Ba, I feel bad, very uncomfortable, want to lose my temper and feel like falling into a dark abyss, but when I hear someone say Ba, I feel joy. It makes people feel calm, emotionally stable, and feel like they have entered the kingdom of heaven. Everyone knows the story of Meng Jiangnu crying at the Great Wall. How powerful is Meng Jiangnu's crying? It is said, she cried until the sun and the moon were dimmed, it was dark all around, and the autumn wind howled, the sea waves ran high, and the Great Wall collapsed section by section, covering a distance of 250 miles. Of course, this is an exaggerated description by writers, but the sound waves of Meng Jiangnu's crying have been oscillating in the sky of history and they directly affect human beings today. The unjust case of Doi is also a well-known story. Doi was wronged and swore that there will be snow in June and 3 years of severe drought in Chuzhou, and her oath came true. The walls of Jericho in the Bible is a well-known story among Christians. After the death of Moses, Joshua served as the leader of the Jews and continued to lead the Jews to march to Canaan. After crossing the Jordan River, on the way to Canaan, one must first enter the city of Jericho. But the walls of Jericho were strong, and the Canaanites would not allow the Jews to enter the city, so the Jews marched around the city for 7 days. After the end of the 7th day, the priests blew their horns, and the Jews shouted loudly at the same time. Then the walls of Jericho collapsed to the sound of trumpets and the shouts of the Jews. It is said that stones weighing several tons or even dozens of tons that were used in the construction of the Egyptian pyramids were not pulled up manually, nor were they hoisted up by mechanical equipment. Instead, a spell was placed on the stone, and then someone recited the spell, and the stone floated into the air. The floating stones also fit tightly into the city wall and followed the voice of the mantra chanter. Are sound waves that powerful? Many people must know the Chladni figures in the history of science. The German physicist Chladni put a very wide and thin metal sheet on a violin, and evenly sprinkled fine sand on the metal sheet, and then Chladni played the violin with a bow. As a result, the fine sand on the metal sheet was arranged into a beautiful pattern. With the change of the melody and frequency of the piano sound, those beautiful patterns changed shape continuously, forming an ever-changing pattern, which is known as the Chladni figures. The Chladni figures proves that sound waves will cause changes in surrounding objects, cause snow to fall in June, cause city walls to collapse, and of course, cause heavy rains that pour down, overflowing floods, and will even turn a drought to cause an area to become a desert, and create hailstones that will become as big as footballs. Now let's look at the relationship between sound wave energy and life. To gain vigorous vitality, life needs to absorb powerful energy. The stronger the energy, the more vigorous life will be. And sound wave energy is a kind of life energy that cannot be ignored, but it must be noticed that sound wave energy can be beneficial or harmful. Which are beneficial and which are harmful sound wave energies? All sound waves that can make people feel joyful, calm, comfortable, and are uplifting are beneficial sound wave energies, such as beautiful songs and tunes, the whispers of lovers, the peaceful words of saints, the chirping of birds, etc. The sound waves that can make people anxious, bored, worried, and listless are harmful energies, such as the complaints and nagging of others, hoarse shouting, the growling of quarrel makers, and the croaking of crows, etc. From this we know that all positive, active, optimistic, romantic, and musical sound waves are beneficial to life, and all negative, passive, pessimistic, unromantic, and noisy sound waves are harmful to life. This is true not only for others, but also for oneself. That is to say, when a person swears, he hurts others as well as himself. In short, the sounds you like to hear are beneficial to you, and the sounds you don't like are harmful to you. I hope that everyone can absorb the sound wave energies that are beneficial to their lives every day.